dear children. In this video, we will be solving the previous year questions on the concept preposition. I suggest you to pause the video, solve the exercise, and then check your answers. So without wasting much time, let's begin. Here we go. The first question. Truth always prevails in the long run. Sujata stood beside the river and saw the ship pass by. She took some money from her father to buy a video game. Shilpa gave me a rare gift on my birthday. Deepak was upset with me. Michelle is longing to meet me. It has been a long time since I met my sister. The worker asked for his wages. The elderly man prepared himself for a life of retirement. Do you take his word for mine? Rohini is very concerned about her father's health. Altaf had many books and papers scattered all over the room. The phoenix is a legendary bird that rises from its ashes. The police pulled the briefcase from under the table. The mob rushed onto the pavement. Everyone seemed angry with everyone else. The old woman looked into the cupboard, searching for the photograph. I prevailed on him to join the gymnasium. The curious child eagerly begged for an answer to the riddle. He was bent for coming first in the examinations. The theory exam was followed by a group discussion. I ran towards my teacher at the show last night. She is extremely anxious for an interview next week. What a contrast between the two siblings. The brothers fought for their father's property. I refrained from telling Rita the truth. The leader counted upon the cooperation of his colleagues. The public was cautioned against pickpockets. Janaki escorted her daughter to the cinema theatre as she was anxious about her safety. Their path was beset with difficulties, yet they succeeded. The mouse crept stealthily towards the cheese. It was good of you to invite Sheila for the picnic. Smoking in public places is now banned. He congratulated me on my great achievement. The poor man is afflicted with arthritis. She is blind to the faults of her husband. The boss had many complaints against Shyam. You must prepare for the examination. She is not aware of the danger. Ravi was accurate in his calculations. They hid the money under the carpet. He was touched with pity when he heard the tale. There is always a demand for good tailors. The mother prevented her child from going out in the rain. The baby crawled under the table and hid there. Once upon a time, the great king ruled over all these villages and towns. She is the smarter of the two. Sheila insists on wearing that dress, although her mother thinks it is too short for her. The teacher complained against him when she met his mother in the market. She takes a lot of trouble in her work. Our English friends have taken 2 Indian food quite quickly. He got an A plus in the mathematics test. He jumped into the river to save his friend from drowning. Always be prepared for a surprise test. She hid inside the cupboard and gave everyone a fright. She is fond of pets. The brothers quarreled among themselves for their father's property. The teacher spoke up for Raju when he was wrongly accused of stealing money. We can visit her in the hostel between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. on Saturdays. The Sinhas have lived in New Delhi since 1943. Little children are often afraid of the dark. Sneha has applied for a scholarship. It took over Ahmed many months to get the loss of his friend. She turned down the generous offer made by the manager. We were asked to take out our footwear as we were entering a place of worship. He found the key just near the front door. I could not accompany my cousin on the trip because I had fever. The noise prevented us from sleeping. The young man put the flute on his lips and began to play. Ashok leaned against the wall early. The paper dart went gliding in the air. The cyclist rode quickly down the path. The young child carried the heavy bucket up the stairs or down the stairs. There was a steep rise in onion prices. Air pollution is responsible for the spread of bronchitis. He was under pressure to complete the work. John jumped into the river to rescue the child. His teacher is very pleased with him. Ali took off his cap and wiped his face. The old woman could not get over the shock. He should not get away with such rudeness. She shouted angrily at the disobedient boy. I asked them to provide us with a guide. The tree grew at a dangerous slant and had to be cut down. My daughter believes in fairies. He drew a beautiful diagram on the board. She battled her way through the crowd. We were asked to gather around the teacher. They had to climb up the steep pathway to reach the top. The poet's mother was stung by a scorpion. Please write down what I tell you, otherwise you will forget, the teacher said. The dog was hiding under the bed, barking at the stranger. Sheila's grandmother found it difficult to climb up the steep staircase or down the steep staircase. The soldier fought bravely for his country. There is no use crying over the split milk. I don't know what they were arguing about, but I could hear angry voices. The school playground is out of bounds for the pupils of the primary school. The puppy was hiding under the sofa. Stop worrying about your future. When I stepped into the lift, I found it had stopped working. We had to use a bridge to go across the river. I had lived in this town for 10 years. Please switch off all lights and fans when you leave the room. Roni is married to my cousin. The gift came with a birthday card. It has been raining for 2 hours. He just scraped through his examination. Mrs. Kapoor was bent on attending the meeting. She is proud and looks down on her colleagues. Rahul plays football with his grandfather. The mother was sitting beside the sick child all night. Monica is leaning against the wall. Rosie is very good at art and craft. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. The boy is crazy for football. She was tired of fighting and struggling all the time. He opted out of the race. We borrowed the bikes from our uncle. The police station is on the right. I looked at the stars through the telescope. There was an accident at the crossroads. Now it's time for assessment. Solve this exercise and check your answers which are given below. Thank you, children.